You know, Path to Thrive is about helping you recognize hidden grief and anything that's been weighing you down since your abortion, and to understand the emotional patterns that kept you stuck in cycles of avoidance for, in most cases, many years. We help you rebuild your sense of self, not around what you do, but who you are in God's eyes. And you get to begin to feel again, safely, gently, without judgment. We've got an amazing community of women. And finally, you get to find the freedom to live from truth, God's truth, not from fear. One of my clients who walked through Path to Thrive said this: I thought I needed more discipline, and what I really needed was grace. And this process taught me how to stop running from myself and let God meet me right where I was. So if your soul is whispering, I want that too, this is your invitation to stop managing, to stop pretending, to stop pushing, to stop shoving emotions away with productivity or whatever your avoidance tool of choice is, and instead to begin a healing that honors your full story, including the chapters you've kept in the dark. And you don't need to have it all together. You don't need to be ready in some perfect way. You just need to be willing to take one small step towards the truth. It's priceless. And willing to say, I don't want to avoid anymore. I'm willing to see what God has for me on the other side of this pain. I believe healing is for you today, because it is. I created a free guide to help you take that first step, and it's called The Grief Model Applied to the Post-Abortive Woman. And even if your grief doesn't have that specific name, the model inside will help you understand what's really happening underneath avoidance or whatever tactics you use to numb your feelings if you feel stuck. So if peace feels out of reach, here's how to begin shifting that, one moment of awareness at a time. It's gentle, it's real, it's a lifeline. And I'd love for you to have this handout. You'll find the link in the description. No pressure, just an open door. So if your heart's been aching for something more peace, more clarity, more connection, this is your moment. I'm here, the path is here, and your story is welcome. Let's walk this journey together. You made it here, right? And that's all that matters. Not because you just finished a video, but because you chose to stay alive and to stay present with something most people spend their whole lives running from. You chose to get to the end of this video. Might not have been easy, because avoidance is sneaky and wears 1,000 faces. People-pleasing, constant motion, endless scrolling, scheduling. But because you chose to stay alive, you made it this far, despite a lot of these symptoms running your life. Maybe controlling things gave you a sense of safety, and maybe letting down some of that control is a way out now. Whatever it is for you, survival isn't the same as living. And if today's conversation helped you see that, even a little, I want to tell you something important. You're already on the path back to yourself. Not the polished version of you, not the strong one who never cracks, but the real you, the one underneath the coping, the one who still aches to be seen, the one who wants more than a life managed on autopilot. And you're not broken for needing space to feel, and you're not behind or just now recognizing the patterns. And you're not behind, and you're not disqualified from healing because of how long you've been avoiding. Because this journey, it's not about getting it all right. It's about letting yourself be real. So if something stirred in you today, if you felt a lump in your throat, a whisper in your chest, or a quiet, yes, this is me, don't ignore that. That's the voice of the Holy Spirit. And that's the part of you that's ready for restoration. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't even have to fully understand what's been happening throughout this video inside of you. You just have to take the next gentle step. Maybe that step's downloading my free guide, The Grief Model Applied to the Post-Abortive Woman. And even if your grief looks different, even if you've never named it out loud, the guide will help you put language to what's been buried, and it's completely free. No pressure, just grace. Maybe the next step for you is journaling for 5 minutes tonight. Or maybe it's saying no to something tomorrow to make space for your own heart, and you'd rather have that hour for your own healing. Maybe it's whispering a prayer that sounds something like, God. You can even just type the word ready. That's it. I'll see it and I'll pray over you, and you won't be alone. In fact, God's with you right now. So this is what I want you to know as we close out. Avoidance steals, but grace heals. Shame isolates, but the truth restores. And you were never created to outrun your own heart. You were made to come home, and not when you're perfect. Now, right here, just as you are. So take a breath, take a step, and I'll meet you there. You're already doing the holy work of healing, and I'm so honored to walk with you. Just remember, you're not too late, and you're not alone. You're deeply deeply loved. And this story that you're living now is just the beginning. So if no one told you today, just remember, you are beloved.